Hey guys, Charri5 here. With Kingdom Hearts 3 now in development? Oh, son of a goat, Square Enix. It's been 10 years since Kingdom Hearts 2 and 4 years since Dream Drop Distance. Make the game already! With Kingdom Hearts 3 now in development, very little is known about the worlds we're going to see. Sure, we know Twilight Town's there, Mount Olympus, big frickin' surprise, Yensid's Tower, even though that's still technically Twilight Town, maybe Destiny Islands, although I doubt it, Castle Oblivion might be there, hey, a Tangled World! That's pretty cool. San Francisco, probably. I mean, all we have is this concept art, so yeah. I think it's safe to assume that Daybreak Town from Kingdom Hearts Key might be there too, though nothing's been confirmed. All in all, we only really have 2 new confirmed worlds. For all the hype we've been building up, we don't really know what new things we'll see, so the best we can do for now is speculate. A few rules I have for this top 13. Strictly Disney worlds, no Final Fantasy, Star Wars, Marvel, or any other video game inclusion stuff. Nothing from Pixar, this rule might/is going to contradict itself later down the line. Tangled and Big Hero 6 will not be on this list since we already know these worlds have been confirmed, and yeah, I know Big Hero 6 is technically Marvel, but oh well. No worlds that have been featured in another game. That's why I didn't choose a Hunchback of Notre Dame world. Dream Drop Distance already has one. Number 13, Atlantis from Atlantis. Spoiler warning, the first 3 worlds I'm going to mention come from movies I've never seen before, but I like to see based on concept alone. Atlantis is a movie that I've heard really good things about, but that I've never been 100% interested in watching. Maybe it's because I never had the interest as a kid, and so I kind of stay away from it now. Another factor might be that my mom was the one that picked out movies for my family to watch when I was younger, and she has pretty good taste, so if she thought something was good and something else wasn't as good, we never really argued considering that, well, she was probably right. However, while I experienced most of Disney's classics, I did miss out on movies that I really enjoy now, such as The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Anyway, tangent aside, I think that aesthetically, Atlantis looks really cool. Maybe our heroes could go on a mission to actually find Atlantis first, or maybe the residents of Atlantis had their hearts stolen while you have to team up with Kirah. Oh, face it, no one wants to team up with Milo. Badass princess or linguist cartographer. I'm taking the princess. Upon further investigation, there's this thing called the Heart of Atlantis. See? Heart! Do something with that. It's like it was meant to be. Number 12, Treasure Planet from Treasure Planet. Well, I never saw Atlantis because it wasn't as appealing to kids and bright as other Disney movies, which is probably why my mom thought we should skip it. I feel like Treasure Planet was a movie that I personally, even as a kid, wasn't really interested in. I remember seeing the trailer for it, seeing the protagonist Jim falling and then ride his solar surfer, which I think is awesome, by the way. It looked really cool, but then I saw the other trailers with the other characters, and I don't know, my gut told me that it just wasn't for me. That being said, I can't help but feel like Treasure Planet as a concept would be similar to the idea I had for Atlantis, with the exception being that this time around we actually have pirates to fight as opposed to the surprise villain in the last movie. Not only that, but none of the Atlantis characters strike me as fighters, even if they're proficient in battle, whereas the Treasure Planet characters seem like a better choice. I pretty much explained what I think the concept could be in Atlantis, so I guess the same would apply, just changing character motivation and Kirah for Jim. New World from Pocahontas. While I love Colors of the Wind, I've heard that Pocahontas was nothing really special. While my mom was very pro-princess movies, Pocahontas I guess just seemed like a boring idea to her, so we never watched it. And yeah, I kind of agree. Most of the princess movies were explored in Birth by Sleep, and Pocahontas was kind of left out. And heck, did we really need 2 Mickey Mouse-centered worlds in Dream Drop Distance? While as a movie, Pocahontas interests me less than the aforementioned movies, I can only imagine how vibrant the environments in a Pocahontas-themed world would be. Not to mention how easy it would be to implement it. Heartless based on the English settlers could be sorta like the pirates from Port Royal from Kingdom Hearts 2. As a world, I think it's too easy to come up with ideas for it, so it makes me a little more confused as to why they haven't tried it yet. The only reason this and the 2 previous choices are so low is because I haven't seen their respective movies, so I'm not 100% sure how well they could work. Number 10, The Peach from James and the Giant Peach? What, you didn't know this was a Disney film? Me neither until making this list. When I found out that it was though, I was compelled to include it because Kingdom Hearts is always doing that "you've known this movie for years but you always forget it's a Disney movie" thing. Heck, it did it for Pirates of the Caribbean, Tron, and The Nightmare Before Christmas. To this day, a lot of people still don't know that that last one's a Disney film. And what do you know? Another Tim Burton movie. The only problem I see is that, well, from what I remember, nothing really happens in the film, and aside from James's aunts, there are no real antagonists. Reminds me, I actually really have to watch this movie again. Number 9, Oakey Oaks from Chicken Little. Chicken Little is one of those movies you forget is a Disney movie. For the longest time, I forgot that it was. Whenever I remember the film, I keep thinking that some independent animation team made it and sold it under Disney's name. Well, Kingdom Hearts 2 was there to remind us that Chicken Little was indeed a thing, and not just a thing, but a Disney thing, and a world revolving around the story doesn't seem too far-fetched. The only problem is that I see it being more of a Deep Space clone, and if they don't want to do that again, they'll have to resort to making it a 100-acre wood clone, and ugh. Number 8, Spirit Mountain from Brother Bear. Brother Bear is one of those movies that I think is a little underrated. I mean, sure, it's not as exciting as other Disney films or as grand or impressive, But it's very emotional, and its story I think would fit right into that of Kingdom Hearts, perhaps drawing some parallels to the main story of 3. Kenai would be able to tag along as you climb to the point where the lights touch the earth. One conflict I do see is that, as with James and the Giant Peach, there's not actually a villain in this movie, just a bunch of misunderstandings, so that would be a tad difficult. I don't know, maybe have a giant bear heartless or something? Number 7. Kingdom of the Sun from The Emperor's New Groove. When I got around to playing Kingdom Hearts 2, I could not for the life of me get The Emperor's New Groove game for PS1 off my mind. I don't know why. I haven't played that game in years, but it made me wonder how a concept like it could work in Kingdom Hearts, especially with the party mechanic. How would Llama Cusco be able to help you out if he's not really known for his combat skills? But hey, if they can make Lion Sora wield a Keyblade, I guess anything's possible. Make him like Simba in Kingdom Hearts 2, but they have a lot of environments to work with here, as well as having Yzma be able to use her potions in a boss battle or something. Number 6. New Orleans from The Princess and the Frog. While I highly doubt that this is anyone's favorite Disney movie, I definitely want this to be a world for one reason and one reason only. To be able to have a boss fight with Dr. Facilier and his friends from the other side. That would be so awesome and really fitting from the Kingdom Hearts universe. Number 5. Sugar Rush from Wreck-It Ralph. Okay, so get this. A movie about video games in a video game featuring this movie about video games. Mind blown. While a lot of people might want Wreck-It Ralph for the concept of having multiple crossovers with other video game characters, let's be honest, there's no real way that would happen. Having Wreck-It Ralph fight beside you to protect Sugar Rush from Candy-Shaped Heartless? That sounds amazing. Heck, as a bonus, they could even bring back the racing minigame from Disney Town in Birth by Sleep. Just don't make that the main thing. Number 4. The Jungle from The Jungle Book. Alright, we're treading scrap content territory here. The reason that I didn't put this as low as the other 3 movies I haven't seen is because this world is more likely to happen. For those of you Kingdom Hearts nerds out there, you'll know that The Jungle Book was a world that nearly saw the light of day in Birth by Sleep, but for whatever reason was taken out of the game. Now, while I've never seen the movie completely myself, I still can't ignore how popular it is and just how much sense it would make to include a world like this. I see it being a combination of Neverland from Birth by Sleep and the Pride Lands from Kingdom Hearts 2, or something to that vein. Mowgli would be joining us to fight the fearsome Shere Khan while Kaa makes us go through some trippy sequences. An issue I do see is that I don't know how to make a Shere Khan boss battle not a recycled Scar battle. It's kind of been done already. Number 3. Kawaii from Lilo and Stitch. Okay, I'm gonna break a teensy rule here. Lilo and Stitch was already in another game. Or rather, Stitch alone was in another game. Birth by Sleep saw the inclusion of Deep Space, a world that saw the story before the events of Lilo and Stitch unfolded. You know what's funny about this though? Pleakley, a staple character, was nowhere to be seen, and he supposedly had a model planned out and everything. So we've seen the story of 626, but we haven't seen the story of Lilo and Stitch, and mind you, this sort of thing has already been done before. Atlantica, the Little Mermaid world from Kingdom Hearts 1, just as an example, had little to do with the actual Disney movie. It was a precursor, one might say. Atlantica and Kingdom Hearts 2, although just a set of silly music minigames that, I remind you guys, was mandatory for the story for some reason, still had the actual story from the movie. So maybe they could do the same thing this time around. Have the actual story from the movie in Kingdom Hearts 3, while the prequel story was in Birth by Sleep. Number 2. Arendelle from Frozen. Okay, seriously, all you people have to stop with the Frozen hate. At first, everyone loved it. Now, everyone hates it. Me personally, I love the movie. Is it the best Disney movie? No. By far, no. As an amateur animator, I noticed a lot of flaws with the film that actually some of my other aspiring animator friends noticed as well. But there's no denying how popular the film was and how cool it would actually be to fend off a bunch of snowman heartless with Elsa fighting by your side. Actually, scratch that. Fighting ice with ice wouldn't really be the best idea. But you get my point. Number 1. Something from Pixar. Here's where I break another rule. I didn't put any specific Pixar film in this spot or even on this list because so far no Pixar movie has been featured in any of the games. Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix almost saw Buzz and Woody as summons, which would open the possibility to multiple Pixar films such as Toy Story, Monsters Inc. or The Incredibles, to name my personal top 3 choices. In fact, another reason that this is at number 1 is because it's rumored that during the development of Kingdom Hearts 3, Square Enix is actually not only having meetings with Disney for consulting, but with Pixar as well, not to mention the Astro Blaster attraction flow, so now this is definitely a possibility. There's still a world, or rather, worlds of possibilities for Kingdom Hearts 3. Let me know what you guys think or what you guys would like to see in this new Kingdom Hearts installment that's now in development! What world would you like to see and how would they work? Until next time, stay safe and stay awesome. This is Charri5, signing off.